NSFW, girls of Reddit, what is the most obvious hint that you dropped to someone? I flashed someone. He thought that it was a symbol of friendship. We are married now. Ah, yes. Flashing the homies as a sign of friendship and respect. If you have never seen your friend's sexual parts, can you even call it a real friendship? I have a crush on you. Namp. #X200B. He didn't get it? Not even until today? I was talking to a girl for hours about a year ago and I had a massive crush on her. She was dropping hints all that time and I didn't have a clue. I look back on this moment and want to insert my head into a grinder. I was on the receiving end. Started with her inviting me to her roommate's birthday at their house. So I show up a little bit late and they make me drink to catch up. Cool, I'm all in. The night goes on and eventually she turns to me and says, "Wanna meet my plants?" Hint 1. Now in my mind I truly thought all she wanted was to actually show me plants and I was excited. So we get up to her room and she locks the door behind us. Hint 2. She shows me her plants. All I remember was the succulent named Steve, and she eventually sits on her bed and makes me sit on it with her. Hint 3. She then asks why I still have my shoes on. I just thought I was being rude for having shoes on. Turns out that was hint 4. So we're sitting on her bed, shoeless, and she just turns to me and starts talking about first kiss stories, which I thought was weird. Numero 5. Eventually I understand what's going on when I literally ask, "Wait, did you want me to kiss you?" Yeah, I'm a real super sleuth. So after we kiss for a bit, she says, "You can stay the night but you can't wear pants in my bed." Flashing hint sign 6. So drunk me says, "So that's okay, I can just leave," and I did. I just left her house. It did not occur to me once that maybe she wanted to do something. My friends all still laugh at me. I'll be honest, I do the same thing but not even be drunk. Glad we all struggle. Told him I love you. Oh hey Ted. Dudes like Tata. Come get some. This is the first one that I probably wouldn't misinterpret, tbh. He asked me if I like him and I replied with, "Of course I do." He texted me like 3 months later, saying, "Wait, you actually like me?" Dude. To be honest, if I ask a girl if she likes me and her answer is "of course I will think she's just messing around. Oh really? Yup, same here. I put my hand on his leg while we were seated on the same side of a table at dinner with another couple. Funnily enough, the other man in the foursome double date attempting trading with him that night. I already knew he had feelings for me for several months before but wasn't sure I was ready for something serious, but at that moment I knew he needed reassurance. We've been together for almost 8 years and married for almost 3 now. My friend was at the receiving end of this. She took him to a corner and said, "Has anybody ever told you that you're really cute?" My friend, being the beep that he was, just awkwardly smiled a little and didn't make anything of it. TBF, I would just say, "Thanks," and move on, thinking nothing of it. Oh god, I'll never forget one of my exes. We came from totally different backgrounds and I was only his second ever girlfriend while I had more experience. We'd been together a couple of weeks, and it seemed like we were ready to take things to the bedroom. We were in the lounge of the apartment we shared in student halls and started kissing, and it got kinda heavy. It got to the point where I was straddling him, and we were grinding, and then he stopped kissing me and motioned for me to stand up, so I thought, okay, we're going to have beef now, but nope. He just stood up, said, "Well, good night," and went to his room, locked the door and went to sleep. I was just completely dumbfounded. The next morning, I asked him why he'd left me alone when both of us were very clearly wanting beep, and he looked really confused and said, "I thought you were just being friendly." Dude, I was literally grinding on your boner. In what universe is that platonic? Plus, we were already a couple by that point, so it's not as though he wasn't sure if I liked him or not. He was just like, "Well, I don't know the signals. Girls are very confusing." Clueless. Pretty sure you grinding on him made him blow his load early. He got the beep out to clean up and made up the excuse to hide his shame. I prefer to be straightforward. She showed me her beep and I still didn't take the hint, lol. Him, so tell me about your likes and dislikes. Me, you mean what I like? Apart from this guy from an LT, his on-site country and GT. Him, yeah, I mean how do you like to pass time on weekends? Me. Drunk snapped him and told him to date me. I flirted with this one guy for years, very obviously, like, "Hey, you're really cute." and whatnot. He seemed uninterested for a long time, but one day he asked me out, and it was the most awkward date ever. We were good friends for a while, but then just kinda drifted apart. We're both married to other people and have kids now, and I haven't spoken to him in a while. Another time I was emailing this guy for a while. He moved away while we were friends, but an interest of sorts sparked while he was visiting home once. So I told him exactly how I felt in an email, and he said, "I stopped reading when I figured don't it was about me. I don't like being complimented." Yo, which I replied, "Oh, well, sorry to make you feel awkward," and he never got back to me. To this day I don't know if he ever read the whole thing. Sometimes I think about these guys and hope they don't think I'm mad or feel weird about what happened. It's been years and life is what it is. Edit. The guy I'm married to now, I told him I loved him 6 months to us dating, but when I first saw him I said really loudly to my friend, ********, I'd have that dude's babies. 5 years later I'm about to have his baby in a few months. Showed him my titties and said that I'm looking forward to him slapping my butt. Months later and still no real move from him. You might just have to grab his beep and suck it if he's that dense. If he keeps blueballing me like that it might happen lol. He said, "Shut up, you know you love me." And I said, "Yeah, I do." Guy here, even this depending on the situation, is the most not obvious hint you can give. I have some friends that would say that even if they had no feelings for me. So yeah, depending on the relation and other things, even this can go under the radar. I have a reverse opposite for you. I had a friend for over a year that I'd admitted feelings for her twice. She never went for it. This last January while we were hanging out at her place she asked what I see in my fictional crushes. I mentioned one girl in particular is pretty, beautiful, she has a good sense of humor, personality, she's honest and trustworthy, she cares about her friends and family. I'm sure she's up for playing games and watching movies, cuddling and so on. Every time I mentioned what I liked in that sentence she replied, "That's me, as if she's dropping hints saying, "You're stupid for drooling over these fictional girls. You should date me." And I quickly snapped back with, "Yeah, but you said no. Am I right?" She didn't bring that back up. As for our precious friendship, she ghosted me back in March before my birthday and quarantine. The double whammy. And before you say that was my last chance, she had a boyfriend at the time like she does every other month. With riddance. Why is this so relatable? Just scrolling through not wanting to see, pulled my bikini bottoms aside and showed him my trimmed womanhood just aching for his touch cause I just smiled and gave her a thumbs up. Not a girl but I flat out said, "Wanna go with me?" And the responded with face with raised eyebrow like what am I supposed to say? The **** face with raised eyebrow *** meaning is face with raised eyebrow. An emoji face with a neutral expression and a raised eyebrow. This emoji stands for skepticism or disbelief. It can also be used to demonstrate disapproval. I am still waiting for your answer pouting. I'm a guy but I have a story relevant to this. Long story short, I'm 33 now, but when I was 14, I had horrible self-esteem. I thought I was a piece of beep and how could anyone ever like me? Well, this girl in math class had a crush on me and straight up asked me out on a date. I told her no because I thought she was beep *** with me and was trying to make fun of me. Beep bro, worst part about this is pretty sure same thing happened to me twice. I keep eye contact when I'm talking and stand closer to see if they're into it. Takes like 30 seconds to judge. Also, I'm usually 99% sure before I make that move. ADHD and shy guy here. I'd probably look away and assume I had something on my face. I said, "Let's *******. I was buzzed, but not too drunk. Average anime-like confession except I ran away before he could answer, so I got rejected by text. A cute story. I had been flirting with this guy who was clearly flirting back for around a month at this time. We went out with some friends and ended up crashing at one of the girls' house. Together, same bed. Spent the night talking. At around 7 a.m. after giving each other massages, I told him we should totally *******. The guy thought I was joking. I don't think I could be any clearer than that lol. It took another couple of weeks for him to get the hints. Not a girl, but a girl I liked straight up confessed by texting me, but I was too in love with her to notice loudly crying. She also talked to me for like 5 hours a day plus school. Edit. The last hint she dropped was her coming over to my table at lunch and sat facing towards and was obviously looking for a hug, but me with my low self-esteem was too scared. Edit 2. This isn't a hint, but everyone told us we should date. I loved her so much. Thought there was going to be a silent, cliché moment where our hands drifted together. Instead, mine drifted over to hold his, and he promptly flipped his hand over, palm now up, and I essentially gave him a high five. I just realized now. I brought a girl home, both drunk AF. They ask me if she can take a shower, I say yes. She asked me if I want to come, I say no, I already took a shower today and my skin is very dry. The shower doesn't work well, so she asked me to explain it to her. I get in the shower with her naked, with my hand over my eyes, and explain it to her and get out. She asked me to come inside for some tea. I didn't. We are now together for 2 years now. ITT. Non-obvious hints. She told me she's home alone and want to watch TV show with me. I didn't know it means anything more than that. Was hanging out with a new guy the first liked. Mutual flirting, but no moves had yet been made. We were walking next to each other with a group of friends to a bar or something. I just casually started holding his hand. He was surprised but didn't try to let go. We dated for a solid 2 years after that. Super easy. That might have been the peak of my game. I had a girl sending me teaser photos of her and I was unsure what to do, so I just blocked her out, of fear of what it might do to me in the long run. I was into this guy that had a stereotypical emo dude body, extremely thin, long body and pretty pale to boot. We had been hanging out a couple weeks and I wore a shirt that said, "I dig scrawny pale guys" 4 times before he asked me out. I told him I had been waiting for him to ask me out for weeks. He said he had no idea. When I mentioned the shirt, he said he thought it was a coincidence, face with rolling eyes. That was 18 years